Hare Krishna. Enlightenment doesn't terminate devotion, but culminates in it. There are some thinkers, especially the impersonalists, who hold that enlightenment is the termination of devotion. That means that they say that as long as we are in the conditioned stage, because we are attached to forms and because we cannot think of the formless, so we can conceive some form that we are attracted to, and we can use that as a convenient tool for our meditation. So now in this with this notion, their idea is that we can rise from the lower modes, and as we move higher towards goodness and beyond sattva towards transcendence, then we can go beyond the illusions of this world, and we can go beyond our illusory attachment to form, and then we will understand that actually we are one with the object that we are meditating on. And when we realize that oneness, then that is the termination of devotion, and that is enlightenment. So when one understands that the Bhakta and the Bhagwan are one, then their idea is that is when we become enlightened. Now, this may sound titillating to our ego. Oh, I'll become one with God. But factually speaking, if we look at the Bhagavad Gita doesn't support this at all. So, for example, the Bhagavad Gita states that twice actually it states, in the 7th chapter in the 19th verse it states that Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudevah sarvamiti samatma sudurlabha. So Bahunam janmanam ante, after many lifetimes, when a person becomes jnanavan, then what happens? Mam prapadyate, such a person surrenders to me. When such a person surrenders to me, then what happens? So now that means Krishna is saying that this person becomes jnanavan. So it is taken many lives to come to the level of becoming truly in knowledge. And what does Krishna say when they become knowledgeable? It's not that they become one with God. They say that they surrender to Krishna. Mam prapadyate. They surrender to Krishna, understanding that Krishna is the highest reality. He is the embodiment and fulfillment of all our fondest, deepest, sweetest aspirations. And I don't have to look for anything beyond Krishna. Vasudeva sarvamiti. All my aspirations will be fulfilled in Him. And that's how they surrender to Krishna. So here we see that knowledge, when a seeker of knowledge becomes a possessor of knowledge, when a jnani becomes jnanavan, then what happens? Then at that time, such a person surrenders to Krishna. So that person doesn't go beyond Krishna to merge in some impersonal absolute, thinking that Krishna is just a convenient fiction that I now can go beyond. Rather, the person understands Krishna, Vasudeva, is the highest reality, and it's to Him that I should surrender. So we see that as far as the Bhagavad Gita's flow is concerned, knowledge which leads to enlightenment, that state of enlightenment doesn't terminate devotion, rather enlightenment culminates in devotion. Of course, now that this is pure devotion. Krishna has talked that even people who are not all at that level of knowledge, they can also start bhakti and they do bhajante. That he talks about in 7.16. But then in 7.19 he states that such people come from the level of worshipping Him to the level of surrendering to Him. And that is a much higher level of devotion. And similarly, Krishna also talks about this from 18.49 to 18.54. He talks about the process of Jnana Yoga, which one adopts after practicing Karma Yoga. And Krishna said that the process of Jnana Yoga also culminates in Bhakti. So there also he says that Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. No, there he says that Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashochati Nakankshiti Samah Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param. So he says that after one comes to the level of Brahman realization, then that person attains Madbhaktim Labhate Param. Such a person attains my transcendental devotion. So there can be devotion before one has attained the Brahman realization also. That is not Parabhakti. That is some level of Mishra Bhakti. But then one gets Parabhakti. And the important point is to recognize that Parabhakti is what is attained after Brahman realization. So Brahman realization again The Gita is very emphatically clear that Brahman realization doesn't terminate devotion, rather Brahman realization culminates in pure devotion. So devotion is in that sense the summit of transcendental realization. And the more we go closer to Krishna, the more we become spiritually advanced, the more we go closer to Krishna. It's not in an ontological sense of oneness, but in an emotional sense of closeness. We become closer and closer to Krishna because we become so intimately united with Him in love.